Good evening, gamers. Happy Saturday, summoners, and get out of our game inters. It is time for some Risen Unstoppable. It's the first week, it's the first month, it is the first set of games on the 21st night of September. I'm one half of your cast with my friend and yours, Milkshake. Now, before we get started, we got to talk about a couple things.
Mm.
Check out RisenStats.com, an up to date website with everybody who is competing's information. Really cool thing. You want to have the snipping tool in the Discord open so you can copy paste real easy. Next, raven.gg/stores/Risen Esports. This is a website you can get your own Risen jerseys, name tagged, numbered out. There's hoodies on there. Very cool. If you are listening to my voice, if you can see me right now, hit follow, hit subscribe. We know I know it's sitting there. I know you have it. Just go press it. I've already done it. I'm lying. All right. Last but not least, go check out the Twitter. Follow Risen Esports NA, or go Google these things. They'll pop right up. I want to move it on over to, again, my friend and yours, Milkshake. He's going to talk about our matchup between SS Kelpies and Huskers Black this evening.
Yeah, like you said, we have a good game so far. We're gonna have SS Kelpies, Huskers Black. Let's talk about Kelpies for a little bit. They have Narva top lane, Chief in the jungle, Squirrel in their mid lane, Zeus in the bot lane, and Firefox in the support role. Now for Huskers, they do have two substitutions. They have, I'm pretty sure, their mid and their support subbed out. For Huskers, we have Arcu Storm, Toasted Bagel, Wolfie is the substitute for the mid lane, Egoist for the bot lane, and then CEO of Nebraska subbing in on support.
And we are right into this draft already, looking at a Karma Kindred double K on one side, and to match the Varus Sejuani. Looking like the brand to flex around. That has a few options on where that might go. Any insight on your thoughts there, where that might end up?
I definitely like Brand just because he's a flex pick. You don't really know where they could go. I feel like it might be more towards the jungle. Brand jungle has felt really good so far this season. I'm just wondering if maybe they're gonna put it maybe support or mid because they have Sejuani, which is a good engage. But now with that Ezreal locked in Huskers Black, it's just a classic poke bot lane with that Karma Ezreal.
Yeah, and I mean they have plenty of backline for Huskers Black. Well, that's going to be tough to say. Plenty of backline for Huskers Black, creating a tongue twister live and in the cut. I want to take during the second round of bans to say, Twitch, Twitch, you're my heart. I love you the most. Whatever you're thinking, put it in chat because I don't have a Twitch filter and I'm just going to bring it onto cast. Something debatable, something we could talk about. If you have some insight about a friend competing tonight, a family member playing tonight, I want to know it. And our only channel right now is through Twitch. So please pop it in there. Okay. Coming to our last bands. Um, can we talk about for a second here, what do these teams need? Obviously, Huskers Black needs a front line, but
Yeah.
what do they need holistically here?
I mean, for Huskers Black, I'd like to see somewhat of a big, maybe tanky top laner, maybe more a sustained top laner as well. Maybe see, I guess, a Darius if they want, but maybe something like a Ornn or just like a big tanky top laner. And then just for their jungler, maybe go for same thing, kind of just a bruiser or maybe an AP jungler, maybe a Lilia to try and run them down.
Yeah, already getting some love in chat. Milkshake is a fan favorite, my friend and yours. This is our first cast of the split. It's exciting. I got some jitters. I'm sure the players got some jitters, but no matter what, Milkshake, I'm sure you can attest, the best way to play League of Legends is this internalized, formalized competitive scene. Screw solo queue, screw normal games. Find four friends, find your friends, and go sign up for a league. Risen has so many divisions that have rank caps. They have divisions where you can enter if you don't even have any friends. Draft League, which they just finished their draft this morning. Go check it out. Mordekaiser, that's definitely a frontliner and somebody
Mhm.
that's going to be able to isolate one of these big flexible damage doers, the Varus or the brand, and looking to slam the Aatrox into the
Mhm.
Mordekaiser. Thoughts on the matchup?
I think it's probably nice for Aatrox. They're just gonna have to try and dodge everything that these top laners throw. It's just gonna be dodging the Aatrox Qs, dodging the Mordekaiser pull. It's just kind of a skill-based matchup, in my opinion.
So, you know, Twitch, I'm talking directly to you. Twitch chat. I see the two Huskers team, the Huskers Scarlet, the Huskers Black. I gotta imagine there's some Scarlet members in chat watching the game live and in the cut. If you got any insight, please. I need to know it. This is my channel right now. Diana rounding out the comp for SS Kelpies. A lot of dive to go with the two backliners. I kind of like what they've developed there.
Mhm.
Um, Now we're looking over to Huskers Black for the final pick. Okay, we need to talk about
Yo.
something as they are hovering the Yone.
Mhm.
Uh, Running out of time, ladies and gentlemen. One of the Win Bros locked in and loaded up. Now, as we get into the next round, before we load up onto the Rift, we need to talk about the modified fearless system that Risen Unstoppable has going on this season. And I don't like to read. There were so many bullet points and there was so much going on. And when push comes to shove, I shortened it into two sentences.
Mhm.
Teams cannot play the same champ twice. The other team can. So if Milkshake team locks in, give me a champ,
Yon.
locks Yon, I could play Yon. Milkshake, can you pick Yon?
No?
Thank you. Okay, that's it. That's the modified fearless system. We're going to see a lot of variety from the teams. You can see, let's see, you can see right down here we have the champions that won't be accessible throughout the draft. And again, we have a best of three. So it's going to be an
Mhm.
exciting evening. Milkshake, just on comps alone, Twitch chat, I'm coming to you next. Just on comps alone, which team do you like better?
I really like what SS Kepler like have as a team. I like the dive they have with Aatrox and Diana. They're able to just run them down, Moonfall. It's just going to be a big circle ultimate to try and trap as many squishy targets as they can. And they just have a Brand and Vars to just poke away as the Sejuani tries to peel for them.
All right, I'm just going to devil's advocate as we Twitch chat. I'm coming to you. Get ready. I want to know who you think is going to win this game, and this isn't because you care or love anybody. This is strictly because uh you like the comp. Okay, so I'm going to devil's advocate. You like the dive that SSK brings to the table. Listen, when you're diving at us, I'm going to isolate somebody with the Mordekaiser ult. I have the option for the Kindred ult on the tail end of the fight. And Yone, while you're diving, is going to go after Varus and Brand, who are already disgustingly immobile. So just hearing those few bullet points, again, we're not doing a lot of reading. There's my couple short sentences. Do you, did I win you over? Do you like the Huskers Black comp better?
Mhm. Let's see what Twitch chat has to say about that.
Twitch is setting up. I'm asking you, Milkshake. Do you like
Oh,
the ability to for Huskers Black to be able
mhm.
to kite back and fight successfully into the dive, into the coming dive?
I think they have a good like strong point where they can isolate on those dive targets, giving that Ezreal and Karma more opportunities to poke. Again, with that Kindred ult, like you brought up, gives them a lot more sustain. They're able to fight inside of that Kindred ult, and they're able to just lower the health bars evenly. And Yone does have some great dive, especially like you said, these immovable targets. I just still, I think it'll have to be like I said at the beginning, the skill matchup. It's going to be if the Aatrox can get in there, land everything, and we'll just have to see how these teams outplay and disengage.
Coming down to the hands is what Milkshake's saying, and that's what makes League of Legends exciting. Uh, Twitch chat is going at it. Narva uh, is the top laner for Kelpies, excuse me, and he's a fan favorite. People are ordering his jersey already. There's at least 2 to 4 people that have a tattoo for Narva on them. So if you're a Narva fan, if you're a Kelpies fan, you're really hoping to start the season off on that 1-0 jump off point. Otherwise, Nuva, which is the captain for Huskers Black, is only a couple letters away from Narva. It would be an easy
Mhm.
tattoo transfer for any professional in the system. You know what I'm saying? So, Twitch chat. I don't mean to stir the pot, but I totally do. And when we come back from this very, very short break, we will be on the Rift. There's a 99.7% chance that I'll have a Chihuahua on my lap for the cast. So bear with it. And in between matches, you guys are going to have a chance to meet them. So before we go, RisenStats.com, raven.gg/stores/Risen Esports. That's an Control T, a new tab. That's not a close the Google Chrome. We will be right back with you.
Welcome in to the Summoner's Rift, everybody, for our game one of this new unstoppable season. We got SS Kelpers on the blue side and Huskers Black on the red side.
Yeah. And you are back this evening for Risen Unstoppable. One half of your cast, Charm Earth, and my boy and yours, the Milkshake Man, brings the girls to the yard, or, I'm not sure what goes on there. But as long as you're getting happy. No one's invading. We have a very smooth and calm set up here. Oh, a little poke onto Wolfie. I want to ask you a question, Milkshake. There was a
Mhm.
recent Reddit post about what to do for leashing. Everyone was kind of on the absolutely don't leash train front
Mhm.
page of Reddit. And we are seeing that advantage going on over to Egoist and CEO of Nebraska. Thoughts on the leash game? Here we go.
I think, like, just right there, that's an example. They're not leashing, so they're able to get a cheese early, and especially with this poke comp, Zeus is already half HP in this lane.
That is not a great place to start. You keep mentioning the poke comp, but I that's an interchangeable term for both of these bot lanes. It'll be
Mhm.
interesting to see how that develops because everybody at home, as well as we know, like for Varus right now, he takes another two Qs from Ezreal, and I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to back on third wave.
Mhm.
So we'll see how that plays out. Wolfie got a little bit of love from Squirrel. That'll be a little, that's an animal matchup, and Wolfie typically be hunting Squirrel. So we'll see how that plays out. Arcustorm and Narva here in the top side. They will be smacking each other face to face. I'm excited to see how that develops. Narva is everybody's favorite. Zeus taking that poke that we were talking about earlier. Here we go.
Yeah, Egoist is just in there so aggressive. The health bars are getting so low. Zeus is just so low, they have to dodge these skill shots that are flying at them.
CEO of Nebraska holding the ignite in his pocket, trying to save it for after that barrier, maybe. But there was a kill on the table. There was a kill sitting there.
Mm-hmm. There definitely was
Okay,
the opportunity for one.
there's that third wave back we were talking about having developed. So let's loop around and just quickly talk about the Grublings, any team scream setup. Ooh, Wolfie here, aggressive positioning.
Yeah, Wolfie is trying to get in there. I mean, they have that, just go in button. They have the Q to launch him forward, Q3. They have the E to just kind of dive on top of you. They're taking advantage of that really well.
So let's circle back. The grubbling conversation. I'm usually in the likeness of the team with the more marksman wants to prioritize those grubblings, seeing the kindred Ezreal. Do you think that the other side wants to put them on the table more importantly, I should say? SS
Mm,
Kelpies want to prioritize more than Huskers Black here?
I don't think so. I mean, obviously, Huskers Black is going to fight for it. Ezreal, especially, can do a lot of turret damage. That W giving them extra damage on that turret. I think they're just probably going to try and trade. Okay, we get the grubs. We'll trade that for Dragon. It's just a classic jungle thing to do.
Of course. So yeah, so we'll see how that develops. And a lot of that trading does initialize. Keep an eye on Hippo here. Wolfie's
Oh,
health is creeping very,
Squirrel
very low.
doesn't even need the help of Chief Hippo. Squirrel is just showing kind of a masterclass so far on this Diana.
We need to talk quickly about SS Kelpies. They got this whole animal thing going on with the hippo, squirrel, the fox. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the themes
Hmm.
going on. So
We like a good theme.
yeah, yeah. Twitch chat too. I was talking to Twitch chat on the side. They said they like the theme too. A little smack from Narva onto Arcu Storm. Narva
Mhm.
needs to play on his toes here. Arcu Storm has blood in his eyes, chasing him back, trying to take down this cannon here.
Mhm.
Not taken away from it.
Yeah, RQ Storm is doing a great job of this. CEO Nebraska as we pan down. First blood to Brand. Already, we don't even get to see it. The top lane farm was more important. Egoist just trying to secure a kill of their own, and they find it using that flash and cleanse all together. Oh,
And
wait, in
on
the
the
top
top side,
lane.
uh, you know, it was a great fight. This thing is not over. Toasted Bagel looking to take the
Mm,
fan favorite Narva down, but Narva has plenty of room to walk on back. You know, it. I'm gonna tell you, I have a lot of sayings. I got a lot of proverbs,
mhm.
chat. I'm gonna start early this year. Here's my first one: the almost kills kill ya. The almost kills
Mhm.
kill you, and they left the kills on the table very, very early on the bot side, and what happens? The bot side from SS Kelpies ends up with the first blood. Squirrel, Zeus, and the Firefox with the kill on bot side. Great play.
Yeah, they at first thought it was going to be at somewhat of a disadvantage. They got poked out so low. I guess we didn't get to see much, but I can assume that Huskers Black got overzealous, tried to push in too far, and they just did a great job of capitalizing on that error.
I don't want to harp on it, but in a world where we flash ignite that super low death on that early fight, it's a new world. It's a whole new world, chat. But here we are, 2-1. Chief Hippo keeping an eye on Wolfie, making sure he cannot do too much to his buddy Diana. And
Mm,
CEO of Nebraska now on the roam up, probably has the grubblings in sight. There's a scrap here.
yeah, Wolfie's just getting kind of aggressive. Squirrel obviously has Moonfall, and with those two targets there, the damage will increase, but they're just kind of having a neutral trade there.
Okay, so now Karma looks to have walked up, maybe just do a little mid gank, and then and then bring the Kindred down for the gank here. Now they're inevitably going to end up prioritizing the
Mm,
dragon after this gank, giving the Grublings and the Markon over to Sejuani on the top side of the map. They really won't
yeah.
find too much here. You can't
No, but
imagine.
Zeus is in
Zeus,
a rough spot though. They were overcommitted. They don't have flash, and they were still pushed up trying to poke. And we see in the top lane, like I said, Moonfall, it gets used just immediately, and they're able to take down Wolfie. Kills around the board for SS Kelpies.
yeah, 5 kills on the board, 7 minutes on the timer. We have an action-packed game in game one. The SS Kelpies and Huskers Black here on week one of Risen Unstoppable. A toasted bagel looking to take this dragon down. Not one of the big, highly taunted dragons, but hey, maybe you picked it for your world pick'ems at home. I didn't. Who'd you pick for your world's pick? Did you do your world's pick'ems?
I haven't yet. I need to do them.
What do you think will be? It's a shot in the dark. Nobody
Mm,
knows
mm,
what's going to be the
mm,
most popular dragon.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Cloud.
Cloud. That's what I said. What about in our series this evening, the best of three between SS
Mm.
Kelpies and Huskers Black? We already
Well,
have one chem.
yeah, maybe not Chem then, because it can't be Soul this game, and
Mhm.
maybe the Soul, even if they get all the dragons in the game possible, it's gonna be 5 like other dragons in Chemtech. So I don't think Chemtech. I'll have to see on the next one, but I'm gonna say Mountain. Why not?
Okay, Mount. Twitch chat. Everybody in chat, hear my voice right now. Milkshake said he is going to buy a jersey for anybody that predicts the correct dragon
Whoa, 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 whoa,
popularity for
whoa,
this
whoa, whoa,
match's
whoa.
series. You can tweet at him. Find it right on the Risen Esports NA Twitter. Make sure you hit follow and subscribe to the Twitch page this evening, please and thank you. Okay, Chief Hippo hiding in the brush
Ooh, Chief
lands the
Hippo.
ult.
Ice Prism locks down CEO of Nebraska. Just gets taken out. That Brandol is so, so scary. Chief Hippo getting a great roam, and they weren't even spotted on vision. It's just all in all great for SS Kelpies in the bot lane.
Absolutely, positively. Huskers again with two teams in the unstoppable division. We have Huskers Black, Huskers Scarlet. So I will be back, I hope, each and every week, if not bi-weekly, with you and my friend Milkshake, your friend Milkshake. So we'll keep an eye on the Huskers storyline as
Oh,
oh my
wow.
Lanta.
Squirrel is just putting on a masterclass again with that Moonfall. Wolfie tries to
Nine
flash
Kindred.
out. They just get caught out by the corner. Now top lane, Narva trying to pop World Ender. They are in the Mordekaiser ultimate, so we'll have to deal with Toasted Bagel as they come out, but it's not going to be easy as they lose the 1v1 to Arcus Storm in the Shadow Realm.
Okay. I'm gonna freaking say it. This is game one of your season.
Mhm.
Nerves are typically high. What is happening? Ain't no nerves high. They said we came out to fight, boyo. 10 minutes, 7 kills on the board. The gold lead at 10 minutes is just slightly in the direction of Chief Hippo and his friends from SS Kelpies. Fire of the Fox, one of our subs for this evening. Or maybe a start. I'll double check that on the tail end here. Okay, yeah, he is the starter, but we do have some subs stepped in. We have Nebraska stepping in. We have Wolfie stepping in. Ooh, Wolfie making a name for himself.
Ooh.
A lot of action in the mid lane here. We'll keep an eye on it. A little bit behind. early, but we know what Yone can do later, so we'll keep an eye out aggressively around that 20-minute mark. I'm a fan of wolves over squirrels, so you know where my fandom's going.
The wolf biased, as we see. Just trying to deny this scuttle crab, I guess. Maybe a fight breaking out. Not. They're just gonna give it.
Yeah. And with Dragon 2 minutes away, we're gonna start seeing setups in about 30 seconds. Man,
Oh
Wolfie
wow, Squirrel's
aggressive.
getting active. The misplay from Squirrel though. Oh, but they do capitalize it. Chief Hippo finding the kill. Well, Squirrel, what happened under that tower? They go in, Moonfall doesn't connect, they try and flash, but the first Baraka Moonfall doesn't even happen, so they don't get the follow-up damage. And then Yon finding the ultimate, absolutely stunning them under tower. That is just a misplay from Squirrel and able to capitalize that on Wolfie.
All right. So, and yeah, you are not lying. Wolfie steps in and steps up with the fight under the turret. Okay, we are trading the Grublings. Both teams have a set of 3. Dragon now a minute away. We'll keep an eye on Sejuani's ulti because it should time out being available right as the dragon spawns, but it will be a tight little window. And that kind of sets up our 11-minute to 15-minute thing. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited. Egoist facing the 2v1 in the bot side. We know Karma is on the top side. They are just going to have to give over plates.
Yeah, I mean, Egoist is on, I guess, arguably the safest ADC. Ezreal just has a dash on like a 10-second cooldown. So they're able to have a better time under tower when their support decides that they want to roam.
Absolutely. But they are giving over a tremendous amount of gold. Let's
That is true.
make
That
that
is
transparent.
true.
Darius already has the Bork, and you can see the gold lead is almost a full 1,000 gold over to the side of Varus and Brand. Let's flip that back. I actually want to check out the support gold, see what that looks like, knowing that Brand's been in lane the whole time. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. That is almost a 1,500 gold lead in the direction of a 2-0 Brand to the 0-3 Karma. Okay, so we were talking about one team having a dive comp and one team being able to respond to that well. I'm there. Ooh, Squirrel with the fight in the mid again.
Yeah, Squirrel's going in. They have the Moonfall. I keep saying it so much. It pulls Yon in. They're not able to do anything. Ice Prison to follow it up. But now Toasted Bagel and CEO are here to fight. Toasted Bagel's trying their best. They can't do much as they get poked down. TP coming in from Arku to try and make sure their players survive.
Loving the agency from the side of Huskers Black right now. They are falling in a little bit of a deficit. They're putting some sense of urgency, and we're seeing that develop around the map. Both junglers at a half health. You know a Toasted Bagel has to get the heck out of there. You do not have the resources to fight this dragon until at least Ezreal or Yone wants to help you out. Ooh, are they using this dragon as a bait? They
I
just
think
walked away.
they might try. The Zizwani hasn't been spotted. Or no, they did back on a ward. They have been spotted, so they know no one's on the dragon.
That was interesting choice. Yeah, maybe they know they have a pretty substantial lead at this point in the game, and they want to anchor the dragon and try to force the fight around there, which is pretty smart. We'll keep an eye on Sejuani if she wants to go straight to the dragon or do her bot side clear first. Kindra trying to set up the top side dive to find anything in response to this invade, trying to find some gold. Might just shy into his own Rift Herald and then his topside jungle. Okay, now they're just going to take the dragon. They know it's free. Little moving of the chess pieces in the mid game here. 15 minutes. As we stated, you know, that 12 to 15 minute. We chilling. We chilling, everybody. You only got about 2 more minutes before all that chilling's done and teams are playing for their first win of the season. God, it's going to be exciting. Risen Unstoppable.
Yeah, first one of the season is a big game. Looking for maybe a dive on the bot lane here. We see Chief Hippo here. They have Ice Prism up if they want to invest it. CC'd under tower. CEO of Nebraska cannot move. And now it's turn for Egoist. Tries to try and outplay. They cleanse the stun. Don't cleanse the ignite. There's nothing you can do there. All of the sums used, though, for Egoist.
And the chain CC, the ult combinations, 1, 2, 3 to make sure nobody can move. The CC timer in your post-death recap must have been that 3 to 4 seconds because, ladies and gentlemen, you might as well made popcorn. That guy was not going nowhere. Storm and Narva now scrapping. Narva and Storm really have been fighting all game with not too much to show for it. The 1-0 lead and the CS lead in the direction of Huskers Black. But considering Twitch chat got me all hyphy for the top lane matchup, I wanted to see something a little bit more crazy. I blame you, Twitch.
In the Twitch chat, I mean, they can't do much. It's an Aatrox for the clips. They get the shield. Rylai's on Mordekaiser makes sense. The slow is just so powerful when they get that passive ring going. And as well with the steel-plated boots, it's just rough for both people to fight in the top lane.
And
more rough for Narva.
All right, everybody, Narva is back. I don't want to ruin the conversation piece because it's potentially going to be a good one. And it's going to come up very, very shortly. We'll see what happens with Narva. Ladies and gentlemen, sit on the edge of your seats. If you're a Narva fan, there's going to be a Narva conversation happening after he gets back to base. So we'll keep an eye on that. Narva versus Storm with a little bit of help from the Toasted Bagel. Uh-oh, I think he saw him. He needs to get out of dodge.
Yeah, Narva is seeing the dive potential, and they have no want in that, and they are running away.
And you know what? That's not so bad. You have a lot of resources mid. You won't be able to trade for tower, but you're gonna get a lot of priority there. Okay, here we go. If you're gonna tune in for the Charm Milkshake cast, you're gonna tune in for a potential conversation piece bi-weekly, if not weekly. Ladies and gentlemen, drumroll milkshake, we call it Boots Watch. We are on Boots Watch now as we are creeping towards 20 minutes as the fan favorite Narva has no boots in the 1v1 top side. I love me a good Boots Watch, ladies and gentlemen. This is getting exciting. Twitch chat, do you think we're getting past 20 minutes? Yes or no? That's all. You love Narva. I love Narva. Are we getting past 20 minutes on the Boots Watch for Narva? Egoist now looking at a 2v1 in the bot, flashing the Rammus emote, getting a back out of it. Dragon in 90 seconds nearly, so we're going to have to start setting that thing up shortly. Sejuani has been really active on the map in preparation for neutral objectives, throwing that Glacial Prism all over the place to set things up. And I would be very keen on her doing the exact same thing here. Hippo, lying in wait. The most dangerous African animal. Here we go.
Yeah, Hippo's here to just try and stop the fight as they go into Toasted Bagel. Yonel does land on Zeus. Zeus instantly shot down. 700 gold in the pocket of Wolfie. Pocket's feeling a little heavy, slow to walk back into the fight. But that is just a great pick onto Zeus. That is 700 gold into the pocket of Yone.
Okay, now this is starting to harken back into what I really thought that Huskers Black did well on the Rift, and it's deal with the dive and punish the immobile champions using Yone. And we saw it right there. Sejuani got involved deep onto Kindred. Meanwhile, Yone just chopped up the immobile Varus. And honestly, Brand is going to be the next target. If he can't be that far away from a bounty, I would imagine. He had a pretty big gold lead earlier that's got to be still growing. Storm taking this top turret. Dragon setup is going to be in a very, very short amount of time. The mid tower access to set up the Dragon has been closed all game, as we've kind of been seeing these teams ARAM in the mid game. Yeah,
Squirrel is playing this Diana so well. Now they're rooted up. Ignite coming down. Squirrel so low. They have to turn Flash away. The Ignite takes them down, and that's so bad. Now they just have to disengage. SS Kelpies in a rougher spot, especially with that I forget what it's called, but the Ezreal ultimate finding two that help.
True Shot Barrage.
True Shot Barrage. There it is.
Got you, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah, he shot that thing right in his face. The Egoist defending this mid turret. Zeus does not want to add a death.
Whoa,
the
flash Shadow Realm onto the Fire of the Fox. Just gonna try and send him up, CC him so they can't get to him. Trying to move out of the ultimate, rooted up by that Varus ultimate, and they get absolutely CC chained. Wolfie now diving under the tower with their ultimate. Gets Chief Hippo kind of low, but they're not able to secure anything for it. Varus gets a kill, and also Aatrox gets the top tower at the same time.
I do not know what happened in the Death Realm because the person that came out in the corpse in the capsule was Arcustorm's Mordekaiser. Did not stand a chance against Fire of the Fox. You saw that going differently in his head. But ladies and gentlemen, on the top side, Narva is taking a little bit of CS and was able to get a catch up there. Zeus is going down again.
Wolfie! Absolutely slicing and dicing that man under tower. Wolfie's going for more, gets stunned up though. This might be a brand double kill now. Just if they can find the kill on CO of Nebraska, the sun's gonna land, W's gonna land. Kindred saves them with their ultimate. Fire of the Fox finding the kill onto Wolfie. It's just
the true shot barrage from across the map takes out Chief Hippo on the tail end of the fight as well. I mean, oh no, Squirrel is having to try to get into the tree line.
Oh, but they're in there. Moonfall finds both of them. That's just an absolute turn from Squirrel. That is what we like to see from the Diana. Diana swoops up to, gets that extra damage, just bam, lands on top of them.
I mean, SS Kelpies is coming out and putting on a show. Not to say that Huskers Black is playing poorly at all, but it just seems like every highlight reel is these dudes just jumping onto each other. You know, that's a testament to a dive comp, ain't it, Twitch chat? It's a testament to a dive comp just looking exciting. It doesn't look exciting when Yone full combos a poor Varus who can't dash or anything, but it looks really cool when Sejuani and Diana and all these people are jumping forward. I mean, get me some popcorn. I'm excited. I love League of Legends / I'm a cutie pie. Little name drop there for you.
This game is just so fun to watch, especially with the masterclass that Squirrel's performing. Like we said, not to say Wolfie's doing any better as the mid lane matchup. Wolfie just needs to find these immobile characters, and Diana has a harder time getting onto more mobile characters. They have the Q, they can get the resets off, and they can chase them down, and it's just, they're doing so well.
Absolutely. All right. The thing to really keep in mind, though, is Brand does have this bounty that we predicted was going to start developing. Yone has done a phenomenal job targeting the immobile backliners, a testament to the Fire of the Fox because he has not been able to get this Brand. Okay, here comes the ult.
Storm, Death Realm, Squirrel's in there, trying to fight for their life, but there's 3 members of SS Kelpler waiting for them. Wolfie stunned up, CC'd as they try to ult in, Squirrel just trying to run away, Glacial Prism goes a little wide, and if they're just trying to make Squirrel survive, it's not enough. Arcustorm finds the kill, and Arcustorm might fight even more. No, they do not. The fight falls down. Toasted Bagel finds the pick onto Zeus, but that is a 2 for 5.
An absolute gem. And the first bullet point that SS Kelpies in the flowers and feedback they need to recognize is their ability to collapse and fight together. It looks really, really clean and really, really consistent. There has not been a moment where Squirrel or Chief Hippo are fighting alone. They look like they're attached at the hip. And then a testament to Zeus and Fire of the Fox. Like, it's just, Zeus doesn't need to get any negative marks. Like, Wolfie is going to target one of the backliners. It just so happens that it's Zeus this game. I bet you if you play this exact same game 10 times, it could go over to the Brand dying 5 times. Like, but it doesn't change the fact that this team is collapsing so stinking well. And then on the weak side top, Aatrox, kind of insane little sentence. The weak side top Aatrox is has done nothing wrong up there. He's 1-1. He's been down almost 30 CS all game, but his KDA is rock solid for a weak side top. Am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy. I mean, like we say weak side, it's not that weak. They have 2 kills. Oh no, Squirrel's going in for more. Moonfall falls down on top of them. Nebraska tries to flash away, gets caught at the edge. There's 4 members of SS Kelpies waiting for this Mordekaiser to come out. Unfortunately, Squirrel falls, but that is a try to move challenge for Arcustorm, and they failed.
And what was the first bullet point for the flowers that this team needs? Their ability to collapse together. It's really, really shining through on the tail end 25 minutes of game 1. Risen Unstoppable, week 1. of the 21st night, September. When you got whatever team wins this evening, you better go celebrate with a little Earth, Wind, and Fire. You heard it here first.
Mm.
DJ Charm Earth on the ones and twos. I'll come into all your discords and play music for 90 minutes after dubs. Just send me a DM. I got you.
The mobile jukebox.
Amen, brother. All right. So we need to talk about something that's usually a 20-minute conversation. It got pushed to 25 minutes. First week jitters. You know how it be. What does the losing team need to do? Give me one or two major bullet points. What do they need to do to start climbing the ladder to get in the game?
I'll say one, first of all, Huskers Black needs to play more like SS Kelpies. They need to group up and try and collapse one of these targets. Bullet point two, Yon and the other dive character, it's just really Yon, has to try and go in on Varus and Brand to get those bounties. And then I think the third point is they have to fight more for these neutral objectives.
All right. I'm with you. And with the neutral objectives needing to be fought for, we have an Infernal coming up in under a minute. Narva in the Wolfie, knowing Wolfie has to snap back, but it is just
Wolfie
short in the spotlight. The fan favorite, Narva going down.
But look what happened in the mid lane. The cleanse is great, but the Glacial Prison follows him over the wall. What a just absolute skill shot from Chief Hippo.
And my second bullet point for these guys is Hippo's ability to be like everywhere at once has been something of note. He is firing these ults off. I think his ult is actually his Q this game. Like the Glacial Prism is so frequent, so consistent, like so happening. Oh my god. Here we go.
SS Kelpies, like we said, the strong suit, they just collapsed. 3 members here. TP does come down from Arcustorm coming into this fight. Wolfie's a little low. Like I said, they need to find their shutdown on Zeus, and they find it. Now they're just trying to get chased down. The Kindred will let them survive a little bit. Fire of the Fox needs to spread that damage to Wolfie as they can to help out Chief Hippo, but they're CC'd up, knocked up from the Yone. World Ender Narva coming in a little late, but able to clean up as Chief Hippo goes on the spotting adventure to try and cut off Wolfie. And they're playing this really safe. They don't want to give anything. The stun or the knockup misses. Wolfie now going in for something. They're going to get pulled back. Uses the unstoppable of the E to get out of this. Wolfie is surviving for so long. Finally, they fall. Wolfie, if you keep putting up performances like that, this game will be flipped.
Yeah, I believe in this Wolfie dude, and I called it when the game was started. I don't know what it is. There's something in the air with the Wolfie. And I think a Toasted Bagel has had a really good game, and Arcustorm has played phenomenally in the top side. Like there's a lot of positives that can be taken away from Huskers Black, even though they're finding themselves in a deficit in game one. For me, when you are playing as a team, it's really, really, really important to identify the things you did well. Like, and don't patronize me, the things you did well. And there's like there's at least 3 to 4 bullet points that so far that Huskers Black can really say we have done well, even though they're in a deficit in the first 30 minutes. This game isn't over. You know, something about the fat lady singing thing.
There is something about the fat lady singing.
And, you know, it's a really important conversation to have. Any fight near the Nash at this point in the game is an instant Baron. And can you devil's advocate that I think Huskers Black does Nash easier. They have a better team comp for it. Here we go with the double marksman.
I definitely would agree. They have the Kindred Yone, Ezreal. Look good at doing this. The fight for Baron has to happen soon. SS Kelpies does get the Baron. Now they're going on a little bit of a hunt. CEO Nebraska's so low, they just have to run away as Arcustorm takes Chief Hippo into the Death Realm to lock up their chances of getting CEO Nebraska so low. Arcustorm doesn't even find Chief Hippo. That is a Baron and 2 kills for SS Kelpies.
I mean, these guys are putting on a masterclass week one. Okay, we need to talk about a couple things, Milkshake, that you and I are going to develop throughout the season. We need to decide at the end of every week what jersey you would buy. What player's jersey you would buy. That's kind of you telling chat who you think the MVP is, okay? Now, I've been doing this for a few seasons in a row. You know what was never accessible? you
Oh,
buying the Twitch chat that jersey through raven.gg/store/risen esports. Ladies and gentlemen, give Milkshake a big round of applause. He's buying the winning team jerseys. Let's go.
maybe this was in the subtext of the contract I
We're
signed.
gonna
I don't
circle
remember
back.
reading this.
We're gonna circle back. Mm, mm. Yep, we're circling back to that one, Milkshake. Don't you worry, pal. I got your back. If anyone comes at you, I do law. I'm a teacher. I am a teacher, Twitch chat. I don't do law. All
Well,
right.
if you're a teacher, you
So
have to keep the law and order of the classroom.
eh, with air quotes. With air quotes, chat. With air quotes.
Air quotes.
Okay. Um, so do you think that game two, Huskers Black, is going to come out with a different draft mindset? Or do you think they liked what they brought on the table? Here we go. A
I
fight
think
on
they
the top side.
like somewhat of what they brought into the table. The Wolfie ult does miss a little bit, gets instantly punished for that. Now the World Ender Narva coming into play. That is a lot of damage with just that passive enhanced auto attack. RQ Storm does land onto Zeus. They're able to get the kill, but that just explodes. That is so rough. They're just able to turn these fights so well. Now back to the draft that we were talking about. I think Huskers Black likes what they have somewhat. I think the Yone is a good pick, and I think this
Absolutely.
Magic Bruiser top lane really suits Arcustorm. I
Absolutely.
think they just need something else on support. Maybe a big tankier target to help disengage onto these team fights, because it seems like they don't have a lot of that as this game is just kind of ending as we talk in the background.
Yeah, and I do like that idea. Maybe a tool to punish the pokers from the bot side of SS Kelpies is a good angle. But either way, the first game goes on over to SS Kelpies. We are here on Risen Unstoppable Week 1. Milkshake, give us a big flower for something you saw from SS
Hmm.
Kelpies that game.
I mean, I think there was just a big player. Absolutely, Chief Hippo. Like you said, he's able to be everywhere on the map. You think he's not going to be there. You look and you focus down on a fight. You look to your right. There's just a Sejuani running at you.
Yeah. And I thought my big flower is gonna go over to the entire team's ability to collapse. Uh, the Karma was credit to the support from Huskers Black because Karma was all over the map and trying to get involved everywhere. But a credit to the entirety of SS Kelpies because even though Karma was everywhere, the whole team of SS Kelpies was there to match the Karma. And I think that really deserves some credit. So going into game two, uh, you said, I think it's going to come down to hands
Mhm.
for game one. I think it came down, the hands started really showing mid game to late game. Do you think it's going to come down to hands again? Or do you think SS Kelpies developed such an effective draft that they can ride that through a potential sweep in week one?
I think their first draft was really nice. They played these characters really well, and especially for this fearless draft, I'm wondering if they picked their pocket picks already. I don't know how deep their pockets are for their characters, but for Huskers Black, they didn't look too comfortable on these characters. I liked CEO of Nebraska. I like what they were doing. I like what they were roaming. I want to see them in more of a character that's suited to roaming, like a big tanky character, buying those roaming boots, leveling them up, able to just stroll around the map a lot faster and make more of an impact.
I, I I think that's a very good read. Um, We are going to cut to a very, very short break as we develop and set up game two. Don't go anywhere. And if you do go anywhere, make sure it's risenstats.com. Make sure it's the Risen Esports NA Twitter page. Make sure it's riven.gg/store/Risen Esports. Follow all those things. Buy a jersey and buy me and Milkshake a hoodie. Please. We'll see
Please,
you in about two
please.
minutes. welcome back, everyone. Charmarth with Milkshake for week one of Risen Unstoppable Huskers, Black, and SS Kelpies. This is a modified fearless, means the same team cannot play the same champion throughout the entire series. Those
Mm,
champions are right below me. I'm pointing perfectly on your screen and mine. Milkshake, I'm excited to see some new champions, and we're already getting
mhm.
one with the Kaiser lock. Oh,
Yeah,
please pick Caitlyn.
Kaylin is very nice, please.
Twitch chat loves Caitlyn. I love Caitlyn. I'm a Caitlyn Glazer. Everybody,
Please.
the dog is here for the
The
draft.
Chihuahua.
The Chi-Chi is here for the draft. Big fan of draft. My dog is trained to know, uh, dog, let's watch the games, and she comes running, so she will be here for every match. Caitlyn is locked in from
Nice.
SSK. SS Kelpies with a big win in game one, and I truly think when you have a big win, that opens up the barn doors to be a little bit more flexible in game
Mhm,
two. I'm curious if your backs are against the wall, if it was even like a silver scrape situation. Do we lock the Caitlyn in response to a Kai'Sa, or is it more of an Ash angle? And that would be some insight from from Zeus himself.
mhm.
Leona Kai'Sa potentially locked in, and looking at our B3 lock. Yeah, the Skarner lock. I'm curious if that's
Mhm.
going to go into the jungle or the top side. What are your thoughts, Milk?
Um, I don't know too much. Again, it's one of those flex picks. Could go either. I am a big fan of Skarner. At least I was before the rework. He
Right.
wasn't that powerful, but I love just a little bug guy running around. Now he's just so big. The Syndra locked in. I do like Syndra in the mid lane.
An already different flavor from Wolfie, who was the star of game one from Huskers Black. Definitely a jersey purchase from me.
Mhm,
The Melio paired with the Caitlyn, that'll be really nice. Melio loves to buff auto attackers. Now, Caitlyn's passive does benefit when she autos from the brush. So we're going to keep an eye on what SSK's bot lane, Zeus, does with the auto attacks. You want to see him making sure that a lot of them are coming from the brush. Instead of 6 auto attacks for a headshot, it'll be 3. Big difference, ladies and gentlemen. We all know that. Okay, we need to talk about something before we get to the next round of locks here. Milkshake,
mhm. Yes.
you first. We're going to get an interview from the winning team. So
Mhm,
far, who would you like to hear from?
mhm. From the winning team, I have two picks in mind. If it's SS Kelpies, I want to talk to Chief Hippo or Narva.
Hmm.
And if we see Huskers Black come back and win this game, I really want that Wolf interview.
Yeah, okay, good. Man, we got the same brain. Twitch chat. You have the highest hierarchy out of everybody here. So whoever you want to hear from the winning team in the interview, make sure you start spamming their name. Put so and so interview, put their name now. I'll keep an eye out, and we will start setting up that interview as we get closer to the end of the series. The Fizz Hover, ladies and gentlemen, are getting a little bit vibraty from SSK. The barn doors might be potentially wide open.
Fizz.
Squirrel slamming the Fizz to respond to the Syndra. A very, very different look now this game. Syndra, the more immobile option in response to the Fizz. This will be really
Mhm,
cool. Wolfie. Everybody love the Wolfie love. I respect it, ladies and gentlemen. And the Belvath hover, wow. Talk to me about the
mhm.
carry locked jungle from a toasted bagel. He went Kindred to Belvath. He likes the AD marksman.
Yeah, I'm looking at a pattern.
Yeah. And a team that has a carry jungle are always more fun because being that like the jungle position is really that engaged bruiser right now. I like a
Mhm,
team that has an identity. They know what they want to do from the jungle position. Camille, a really good pairing with the Belvath to be able to go after a target. Kaiser again, I really like the dive that HB picked this game.
mhm,
SSK now with the Ren hover. Guys, can we get some fake hovers? Can we get some fake hovers? They've been hovering and locking. This is gonna be a Ren lock, ain't it?
mhm. I have a feeling. Oh no! Immediately switches it up as you say it.
Thank you.
Volley Bear going. I think in the top lane. I think this is a Skarner jungle.
Okay. Okay. And the Volley has been showing a lot in the jungle, but again in the top. And then if the Volley Bear goes top, they do have the Gnasher's Tooth option, which leaves them a little bit more squishy, but a lot more fight potential. And knowing that Narva picked the Aatrox last game, I'm assuming we might get that fight option. Twitch chat, if you got a little insight, let the brother know because I like a fighting Volley Bear as long as I'm watching it or it's
Yeah,
on my
yeah, yeah.
team or I'm not playing against it. That's basically where it lies. Um, okay, we're getting ready to lock this bad boy in from the surface. Team comps only. Milkshake, you want to go first or second?
I'll go first here. I got something I really want to talk about.
I love this.
I have CEO of Nebraska on that Leona. Like I said, I wanted to see a more engaged and a bigger tank kind of role because they roamed so well. They weren't on the greatest character to capitalize on it. They had that speed boost, they had the lockdown potential, but on Leona, it just absolutely amplified that lockdown potential. But now for SS Kelpies, they have some crazy characters. They have Volibear, they have Fizz, they have Skarner. I like the Milio Caitlyn. I might have wanted to see a Braum in response to Leona. Braum is really nice into Leona, but regardless, I like, in terms of goofiness, what SS Kelpies is bringing to the table.
Do you think, and Twitch chat, I'm curious what your thoughts are, which team comp looks more like a solo queue comp? Because, like, they both look so fun. And, like, okay, so first off, I actually do like the comp. I like the Volibear Caitlyn Melio comp. The Kaiser comp is very traditional. Interesting to see the Belvath pairing. We all know what Belvath can do if they get to late game. And I thought Huskers Black, even though they were behind in game one, they were very competitive throughout mid game and late game. So if SS Kelpies doesn't really win early or take a really even bigger lead in game two, there's a world where this Belvath ends up taking over the game. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. It's just going to be on Toasted Bagel again on this sort of carry jungle role that we saw them on, and if they can take over this game.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right. So SS Kelpies captain Jay Core, and we have Huskers Black captain Nuva. I'm sure they are watching at home. Make sure you find some really good flowers for your players. Nerves are high in week one, win or lose. It's more important to find those pluses. You can always find negatives in any game, trust me. Yeah, if you need to find negatives, I'll send you just like one of my games and you'll be good. For week one, find the positives. I think it's important. Um, so give me your thoughts on draft. Do
Mhm.
you like the last two picks from both teams, the Fizz Volley? Do you like the Belvath Camille better?
I feel like I'm obligated to say Fizz and Volley. It's characters you don't see too much. Fizz has the outplay potential. We saw Squirrel on the same kind of role. Diana has a similar playstyle. They go in
True.
with the dashes, they poke out as a melee mage. So I'm liking what this Fizz can offer Squirrel. And for Volibear, Narvan Volibear just seems like it's gonna be a story to tell for the ages.
Okay, cool. And Twitch chat's on board. You know Narva is a fan favorite. Everybody has been. I mean, if you press Control F and search Narva, we're looking at double digits, baby. We're looking at double digits. Um, so before we cut to a break here, do you like the first three locks, Syndra, Kaiser, Leona, more than Skarner, Caitlyn, Melio? Because I'm leaning towards Caitlyn, Melio, Skarner is just then again, Kaiser Leona Syndra is so traditionally secure. Do one of which one would you rather play with? What role do you play, and which side would you rather play
Uh,
with?
I'm a big ADC support top laner.
Okay,
I like those options. I like playing that. I always get filled top with my team. No one wants to play top lane, so I
natural.
always get filled there. Um, I like Kaisa Leona a whole lot. Especially I keep saying Zeo of Nebraska, but they're able to lock down a lot more on this Leona, in my opinion. Well, we'll have to see how they play. But Syndra is also just really nice. It's a different thing for Wolf to play than the Yone. We'll have to see how they adapt, but I like what this Kaisa Leona has at their disposal.
And I want to touch on something egoist. Ezreal played into the 2v1 almost the entire game and came away looking actually very good. I think that when paired with the Leona and the options to go forwards, I think their punishment is sitting uh, with a spoonful of sugar ready for him to take. I'm really on the side of Huskers Black. I think we're going to Silver Scrapes. I believe in a Kaiser Belvath Void compilation here. Ladies and gentlemen at home, let me know if you think Huskers Black or SS Kelpies is going to win. You have a very short amount of time because when we come back from break, we are going to be on the Rift. Risen Unstoppable. See you shortly.
Welcome into the Summoner's Rift, everybody. The second game of our unstoppable first game of the season. Messed up a little bit there. We got Huskers Black on blue side this time and SS Kelpies on red side.
Absolutely. So game one went over to SS Kelpies, and game two, we have a bit of a different look from Huskers Black, an engage bot side as opposed to the poking bot side. We do have another carry jungler and another top laner that wants to isolate you, I think is the best way
Yeah,
to put it.
fair enough.
Egoist and CEO learn from their mistakes in game one and set up shop early in game two. It started off early by getting smacked in the face, but we're not going to see that. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Zeus actually got smacked in the face early on the
Oh,
Varus, and now it's
wow.
Firefox's Melio.
Yeah, CEO of Nebraska has that stun on Leona, isolates them so Egoist gets all of the Kaisa Q damage on top of them.
Yeah. So we were talking about the no leash thing, and we're going to see a no leash thing yet again. Junglers pathing in opposite directions. Narva finding Acrustorm in the jungle. A little poke, nothing too much. They're going to go over to the lane, meet each other yet again. Um, Being a jungle, wanting to path in the direction. Ooh, nice ward. Beautiful ward by Narva, the fan favorite. So being that both junglers want to path towards somebody with CC, Garner will be coming down to the Leona with the Belvath heading on up to the Camille. I would love to see an early Belvath lane gank on this Volibear.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, especially if Belveth can get themselves and Arcustorm ahead, it is going to be massive. Especially as Arcustorm can just land on top of any squishy target, and it's just disaster for them.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, I need to give some big shout outs as a scrap is going on in the bot side here. Zeus is getting some heals from the Melio, the happy campfire. Nice and warm. The comfy campfire, I believe. Cozy campfire. That's
Very
it.
cozy,
Cozy
yeah,
campfire.
cozy.
We need to give some major shout outs to some people behind the scenes. We cannot do this whole cast without them. That is not anything besides the flat out truth. We have Chippy and Alls running the scene. Alls on the camera control and production, and Chippy running things from the top down, keeping an eye on all the streams. Toasted Bagel said, I don't need a lane gank when I can come through river. Ladies and gentlemen, Narva is scrapping on the Camille.
Ooh,
Here we
Narva
go.
dodges the stun with a flash, though. Arcustorm's so low. Both flashes get used. First blood to Toasted Bagel, and for being a carry jungler, that is nice.
Absolutely. The zoom in. Holla at ya boy, Arcustorm. The nice flash to survive into the pixel brush itself. Hot diggity damn. First blood went over to the bot side of the map in game one. Nice to see some love onto the top side. And with that being said, Skarner is going to be finishing his jungle clear. The Belvath actually did a 3 camp clear into the gang, which is a very unexpected route.
CEO of Nebraska in a rough spot. That headshot damage from Caitlyn is so big, especially when you run into a trap.
Yeah. And remember, Caitlyn's passive is triggered by being in the brush, so we'll keep an eye on where the positioning is. Usually want to see the support on the top side of the map with the Caitlyn on the bot side of the map. They're swapping positions. Chief Hippo lying in wait. We saw a lot of this in game one. Nothing doing here. Okay. One team screams grubblings to you, or not really? Ooh, Arcustorm.
Narva. I guess we see why the Twitch chat was chanting his name. Finds a solo kill in the top lane. I think the grubs are going to be very nice to have on Caitlyn, especially with the headshot damage they already have on towers.
And the boost from the Melio, absolutely, I'm with you. And we already saw that CEO of Nebraska is willing to put the roam on for the Grubbling, so I'm curious to see what Melio is willing to do in response. Melio, Firefox shaded more towards giving that lane priority to his bot lane, as opposed to the support that roams all around the map. In game one, although CEO of Nebraska did a really effective job roaming around, it was the team collapse from SS Kelpies that turned out to punish so much of what Huskers Black was trying to do. Leona now on the top side of the map. I mean, you would have thought we set this up in pregame. Here we go. Nope, doesn't like what he sees.
Yeah,
Nope, he likes what he sees.
Leona
Doesn't
is.
like, likes it.
They're going
Nope.
back and forth. Big. The zoom in, the indecision is crazy. We have some fancy footwork on CEO of Nebraska. Could not tell what they wanted to do in the river there.
I think maybe Leona is just gonna wait around for
I
the
think they're going for.
grumblings.
Are they going for another game? They're just still sitting in the river.
Yeah, took the ward out. Narva definitely knows, obviously, that they're around. This is also going to give Skarner info that they're trying to pry out these grubblings. Interesting move from a Toasted Bagel and CEO of Nebraska. They're now pathing straight over to the... Just kidding. We're securing. We're trading neutral objectives, ladies and gentlemen. Game
It's a
one was
classic.
crazy. Game one, we were 2 kills behind the minute mark at 9 minutes. There were 7 kills at 15 minutes. There were 13 kills and so on and so forth. This game a little bit more conservative so far. Chat, can you let me know if the ADC Zeus is pronounced Zeus like the god or Zeus like the top lane from T1?
What if it's actually just Zeus from T1 in the bot lane here?
That he would realign his priorities. He should be doing other things, I would imagine, than playing in North America's Risen League
Yeah.
with Worlds just under a week away. That'd be great, though. That'd be great for the league. Zeus and Gumayusi in the bot lane for Huskers Black this evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. Full T1 squad, actually. This is just T1 in disguise.
That's...
Oh, Narva absolutely just slamming Accustorm. This is, I mean, that's a Zeus performance. Look at the health bars. That is just a diff.
Narva, knowing that going under that turret was not the right idea, is going to get a lot of lane priority from this. Neutral objectives on both sides of the map are gone, so it's really just going to be that lane priority seen there. Camille having to run back up. Looking at Belvath's pathing with nothing on the top side so far. Keep an eye on where a Toasted Bagel might like to go. See maybe an invade or a revisit to Narva. Twitch chat was acknowledging the tent that a Toasted Bagel was starting to set up. I would argue that he is putting a bagel toaster down to get nice and warm, get nice and heated. There we go. He might run into the jungler.
Narva here flashes the knockup. I don't quite know if that was actually going to hit.
Yeah, you know, one of the flashes are one of those things where it looks silly until it doesn't, right? Because that spell lands, and then you're in VOD review like, well, you had flash, pal.
That is true. Toasted Bagel in a rough spot. Skarner in through the walls to deny anything Toasted Bagel wants to do. Squirrel with that Fizz ultimate. The fish bait lands.
Great connection.
CEO of Nebraska is in there as well. Chief Hippo having a rough time. But like I said, Nebraska's roaming so well. Now that they have this character that can just lock someone down, I like their performance.
Yeah. And when she has 6, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with, already showing her face all over the map. Egoist now dealing with another 2 plates on the bot side. The roam is a punishment for Egoist, seemingly. Down 20 CS, down a ton of gold from the plates as well. Caitlyn might be able to finish Collector. Ooh, Squirrel.
Squirrel, such a low health bar. Wolfie just had so many orbs available. They press that R button and just the win button, and their health bar gets tanked down.
Milkshake, can you give me some input on your thoughts between rushing Shiv or Collector? I think that's going to be a big conversation piece leading into Worlds.
I think Shiv is going to be a lot nicer for this Kaisa. And I mean, Collector is just so nice if you're ahead already, I'd say. But I just like Collector and Static in different roles. Obviously, if you're going crit, you build Collector, and if you're doing a bit of on-hit, the wave clear that Static Shift gives you, and just the stats it gives you as well, is just really nice to have.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. You know, with Zeus's priority in the bot side on the Caitlyn, is there a world where if he picks up Shiv, that Egoist and CEO of Nebraska like lose tower by 12 minutes? Like, I mean, It just
Mm,
seems like they have so much insane lane shove. If you add to what's already really successful, that's where a punishment is going to be found. They're going to take
mm.
this tower. Yeah. They're going to take this tower with or without the wave clear option.
I think just because Caitlyn's ult obviously scales off of crit rate as well, it's really nice to get that early crit rate so that ult does quite a lot. I mean, they have that Q goes through all the minions, hits them all, so the wave clear is so good, and we see a turret gone. As we say, they might want to look for more turret damage with that static at almost 11 minutes.
Yeah. And they secure the 4 Grublings, so that will help there. Skarner trying to take the 2 away potentially. That'll give the Toasted Bagel first move down to the dragon. Now, with that Shiv conversation on Caitlyn, I was always a fan of um, Freak's insight on ADCs. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Fight in the mid side.
Nebraska. They have Solar Flare if they want to invest it to lock them up. They don't want to. Toasted Bagels here as well. It's just a support. It's just kind of sitting there, a little 3v3. I don't know who would have won. Chief Hippo's in a rough spot here. Never mind. It's Skarner. They can go over the wall if they want to. Solar Flare knocks them down. Their health bar is getting lower and lower. Stunned out of the wall.
Oh, the
Flash
flash.
is over. No, the Nebraska Flash gets invested a little late. It's unfortunate, but Chief Hippo should fall to Toasted Bagel. Now even in a rough scenario for the team of SS Kepler, because Toasted Bagel has that ult. They're going to do a little bit more damage. Narva is just running after Wolfie, and it turned the fight. Wolfie has to just run as fast as they can with Egoist here. They can look to disengage a lot more, but with that hit onto Zeus, that combo locks them up. That is a lot of damage. Toasted Bagel is staying here.
Oh.
What a flash stun from RQ. That is just phenomenal. They disengage. They play it so well. And they just punish for the little bit of an overstep.
Yeah. Storm looking like been in his prime with that combo under the turret, almost securing the kill. That was beautiful. Okay, so Belvath right back onto the Grublings. Really wants to get all 6. Okay, manages for the 5. Sorry, because Skarner did snag 1 in the scrap. And Dragon is an Infernal. Leona is the first one down there. Credit to CEO of Nebraska all over the map and only 1 level down, making sure that wards are in effective position. Chief Hippo and now Melio, they're going to end up getting this Dragon on over. Because Toasted Bagel is going to show on map topside. That's a free Infernal. And Twitch chat, we definitely are going to get an interview with a player from the winning team. Start spamming who you want to hear from.
In a rough spot.
Nice
The
flash.
flash so low. The flash to follow from Belvath. Able to secure that kill. Wolfie now in a rough spot. Squirrel. Fire of the Fox. Chief Hippo. Zeus. All here for you. There's the ult. Both ults knocking you up. Caitlyn and Fizz. The kill going over to Fizz.
Okay, I want to circle back to what I was saying about Freak's insight on ADCs, and it was something he was talking about with Caitlyn, and it was before he got on to the balance team, and he was saying that he never wanted to see Caitlyn build attack speed because she's supposed to be this iconic sniper. Like you want to see just damage item, item on her because her base attack range is the highest in the game already. So I was kind of curious asking. It was kind of a loaded question. I kind of had an answer already in mind. Collector into Infinity Edge definitely is the best path. I was just curious your thoughts, being that Zeus and Fire of the Fox, 2 games that are wow.
Ooh, Nebraska actually just pulled into the entire team of SS Kelpies. That is not good. Your ADC is getting grabbed by Skarner. RQ trying to force them off. They're looking to just take their loss so they can get them, okay? It was a 4v5. They found the pick onto CEO of Nebraska. Now they just have to delay. And that is not a very good way to do it. The ult is invested, though, to get them away.
Okay, game 1, we both recognized Hippo's ability to be all over the map, and we also recognized their ability to collapse as a team. It started happening around mid game and really took over late game. We started to see those scaffolds being put together right then and there. Keep an eye on what this team from SS Kelpies likes to do, because they want to fight together. It'll be interesting because Belvath is so far ahead this game. Which is not what we saw last game. Kindred was in a hole all game. Belvath is far, far from that hole.
Mm, absolutely. They are 3-0. I don't know too much about Belveth builds. The Stridebreaker is a little interesting to me, but it might be normal now. I haven't looked at Belveth in a while.
Yeah, we'll pull that. We're gonna pull it up on the background here. Looks like some Stridebreaker, some Bork, obviously some Wits End. Yeah, we're about there. It looks like
Oh,
oh,
wow. Nebraska just completely falls. They're overextended just a little bit. Chief Hippo coming through the wall to stun them up. And the rest of the team just follows. It seems like a little bit of just the game one we're seeing.
all right. So everybody in chat, Twitch chat at home, you all know I'm just a vehicle for your guys' thoughts and opinions. And production is the angel behind the scenes. Can we take a peek at the Syndra stacks on Wolfie, the fan favorite, from none other than Huskers Black? We have
68.
68 stacks for Wolfie. Yeah, 68 stacks creeping on up there.
That big 120 mark where they get 15% more AP. We're about halfway there.
Okay, so they are sending a lot of resources in the mid, unawares of the response that SS Kelpies is about to drop on them. The call of the Rift Herald. Here comes Skarner. Big fight developing. Just kidding.
Doesn't seem like actually anything happened. I understand how that could be a fight. Chief Hippo seems like there used to be a fight. Kind of Skarner going in on to, I guess, no one, but they find the pick. They have so much of a presence that they're able to push them back. Toasted Bagel tanking for Nebraska so they don't get killed by that ult. But Chief Hippo's presence alone pushes them to take that fight, and he's just so tanky, they can't do anything.
Yeah, and they really were like trying to force something. Chief Hippo with the initial drive-by little hello, and then took whoever he could grab. Turns out it's the Leona. We all know that wasn't the best target, and they didn't come away with the gank. Nobody died. The attempts were there. The flavor was there. I just didn't like it too much. Here we go. Fight on to fire the
Ooh.
Fox. Melio is a great target.
Yeah, Emilio is a fantastic target. Absolutely CC stun. Trying to use their ult to give a little bit more of a survival rate, but it's 0%.
So Twitch chat marking the Wolfie stacks a little bit behind that mark, but we will keep an eye on how it develops throughout the game. Wolfie was definitely their star player in game one. The Yone looked incredible. So to try the Syndra out in game two is something really intriguing. I'm excited to see how that plays out.
Yeah, it's just a
Skarna,
completely different character than Yon.
yeah, Skarna with another little drive-by, basically saying, take the dragon, because I'm going that way.
Yeah, Skarner showing, and they're able to capitalize on that.
Zeus is getting very strong on this Caitlyn, one of my favorite champions in the game. The Sheriff of Piltover coming to a screen, a Netflix very soon. Arcane coming out in November. I'm excited. Woo. I think we need to remind everybody at home. Right now, put your mouse in your hand and press the follow button. If you have a free subscribe, press it there too. Somebody is going to get you a jersey in the future. I'm not going to say who. It could be you. It could be a loved one. It could be a friend. It also could be Milkshake. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. But you got to hit that follow and subscribe button as the fight is starting in the Dragon Pit. Toasted Bagel flashes out now with no flash in hand. Goes into the red pit trying to escape. Narvo has the target in sight.
They are trying to force them off as much as they can, and it works. But they don't really get anything for it. The ults are used, so flashes are fought over, but nothing really happens too much.
Yeah, and we have still 3 minutes until the dragon. It's actually a very big dragon for the side of the SS Kelpies. They will be on Infernal, or sorry, they'll be on Soul Point if they pull off the third dragon there.
It's gonna be a very nice point to be at for SS Kelpies.
Okay, Fizz on the solo shove, Everybody else is just like looking for somebody to step out of position. Here goes Kaizo on the
Oh,
ult.
there is the out of position player. Fire of the Fox. Just a little bit gets caught out by the missiles coming in from Kaisa. Able to use Killer Instinct to get on top of them. Arcustorm now in a rough place. Able to get away as Squirrel gets CC'd into the team. Ignite coming down. Egoist finds the pick. Egoist is just poking away at them. Barrier used to give them a little bit more health, but it didn't seem necessary completely.
They are moving on over to Baron. Any team with Kaiser melts this Nash very, very quickly. They are not hesitating. Skarner can come through the walls. He also potentially has a portal. He no longer has a jump fruit. Leona negating that option. Keep an eye on Hippo. Pops the pink ward. Has no other wards in hand. Melio coming on over. No pink ward there. Sight is dark. Dragon is going down relatively slow. Here comes Arcustorm.
Yeah, Arcustorm is just trying to cause discourse so their team can finish the Baron, but if they want to take a fight, it's starting to look like they want to ditch the Baron a little bit. The health bars are getting low. They can't really do much.
Yeah, Toasted Bagel creeping below a half mark, trying to do the blue buff, keep his health bar up, maybe try to linger around to prevent the Nash take. Caitlyn Melio is going to absolutely annihilate this thing faster than a Kai'Sa. Oh, on the spot side, Narva was punishing, takes the inhib turret.
Yeah, that is a great response from SS Kelpies. They're able to turn the dragon fight in their favor.
Oh
Toasted
my god,
Bagel getting
he
zoned
stopped the
out.
teleport.
The teleport stopped as well. In the bot side, this is looking so rough. Seiyu's trying to stay alive. The ult coming in from Milio, giving him a little bit more survivability. Solar Flare goes wide, doesn't hit anybody. Squirrel is in the back line. There goes one. Squirrel getting two. This is looking rough and rough for Huskers Black as the
And
bot
Narva.
side is getting taken at the same time.
Narva clearing up the bot side fight, and on the top side, they clear up the fight there, take the Nash. This is going to be game. 2-0 sweep. Game, series 1, week 1. Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, Charm Earth, Milkshake, happy to be with you, Risen Unstoppable, as Narva is
Oh,
now
it doesn't
taking
seem
the
the game's ending
portal,
yet.
making sure they safely win this game. They are going to take the soul point, most likely after this Nash, which is going down in slow motion. I think they're healing this thing. Okay, there it goes.
We're doing a little bit of negative damage, but that's fine as long as they were able to secure it. And I mean, it's just a fantastic play and response from Narva. Takes the bot tower, gets the inhib at the same time, stops the back in just response from a single like show that Huskers Black had somewhat Baron control.
Yeah, so Milkshake and I will be here with you weekly, if not bi-weekly. We are going to develop these storylines as the weeks go on. And I love knowing Twitch chat's stance on players because as we go, we're going to follow those players. Narva's name's sticking out. Narva's sticking out. You know who else is sticking out? Wolfie. Egoist is a star. CEO of Nebraska all over the map. Toasted Bagel is no one to
There
be
is
trifled
a
with. Here we go.
Bush. Chief Hippo's in there, going through the wall. Narva being a big, big bear, just showing the absolute presence. Now they're just going to run down the mid lane, going to get that tower, going to start chugging along the train to end the game at the Nexus.
Game 1, I need to give SS Kelpies really big credit. They had that free dragon in hand, and you and I are like, oh, they're not starting it. What are they doing it? And they were using it as an anchor for the fight, knowing how far ahead they are. And they did it again just now. That is very, very good macro, very, very good team calling. I don't know who is the leader on the Rift, but that type of recognition and reflection amongst your team, we don't need to do this now. But we can kill them and maybe win and do it later. And will he be, oh no, Narva getting targeted.
Narva is in a bad spot. They have the ultimate trying to go on to Wolf, but their health bar is just getting so low. 400 health from nowhere. Narva finds their one at least. And that is a shutdown to Belveth, but Narva somehow finds one in that exchange.
Where's the chat? Narva! We need the call. The Narva call. I'm going to clip it and ship it. Send it out. We can have it as a sound clip in the Risen Discord. Narva! There it is.
Narva absolutely turning it up this game. They did have to cook a little bit on the Aatrox game one, got a little bit behind, found their way into the game, just farmed and played well. Now they are showing their presence on this Volibear.
So an absolute positive confirmation from Twitch chat. There's at least 7 viewers with a Narva tattoo at home.
Mm,
And
mm.
that's not a lie, you know, because what you read on the internet, like on Wikipedia, is always true. That's what
It's
I,
always
yeah.
true. Seal
So
of
here we go.
Nebraska, just kind
Yeah,
of walking by. I mean, they're allowed to do that. They have Celestial Shield, the support item. Argue Storm falls out of nowhere. Eagle is soon to follow the Fizz ult. Caitlyn ult. The sniper shot rings out. And it's gone on Egoist. There goes CEO of Nebraska. The ants go marching one by one into the welcoming hands of SS Kelpies.
a really good show from Huskers Black in game 2. The wheels coming loose just a little bit on the tail end of the game, making sure SS Kelpies secures the 2-0 sweep in Risen Unstoppable Week 1. The first set of series, the first set of games, the first set of wins over to SS Kelpies on the 21st night of September. Charm Earth with Milkshake. We are happy to have you back. Twitch, we're going to have an interview with the winning team. As we set that up, check out RisenStats.com. We are going to go to a quick break. Milkshake, was that hype or what?
Oh, that was absolutely high. I need some more Narvas in chat because that is a performance and a half.
Narva, Narva. Keep chanting it as we cut to a very short break because we have Chief Hippo coming out of the African seas to attack you at home. He was lying in wait for everyone on Huskers Black, and he is lying in wait for you and this interview in a very short amount of time. See you soon. Risen Unstoppable, Week 1, Game 1, Series 1, over to SS Kelpies, Milkshake and Charm here with you, and our winning jungler, Chief Hippo. Milkshake, I know you got a
Mhm,
question rocked up and
mhm.
reloaded.
Oh, yeah, I do. I mean, what a performance, first of all. You just roamed everywhere and you seemed to be everywhere. You got vision in the enemy jungle. You were everywhere. I mean, first of all, I want to just know where they found you and how you got scouted.
How I got scouted? Well, actually, this is my second time doing comp. I did comp last split, which is my first split with Risen. We were in the same league. It was a big learning process. I had reached. I was started out as plat for this SS Kelpies organization, but then the coach that we had, Core, shout out to him, great coach. He got me up to Emerald, so we ended up
Ooh.
making an Emerald team because our players were climbing up, and this is my second split of comp. That's where I'm
Yeah.
at right now.
I would love to ask you then, in response to an amateur team bringing on a coach and what that really does for a team behind the scenes. And you feel free to talk about what a good coach can do or what a bad coach can do because we all know those exist. And it sounds like you landed it with Jay Corcor.
So with him, I mean, like at the end of the day, it has to be up to two people that they want to have some like will to work towards a goal. And if you do have two people to work towards a goal, that's great. But like people aren't getting paid or anything. This is obviously free, so you just have to, if you're willing and you're willing to listen to the coach, then that's a big positive. I would say with him too, like the way he plays the game, I think he comes from he plays a support and he's not the most mechanically talented, which I think has its own benefits in a sense that like he sees a way to play the game and it's a lot more aggressive than what I was used to. Like in solo queue, I've had struggles just playing extremely passively and learning obviously there's simple things like clearing camps faster or doing more of your camps, controlling your map properly, some small mechanical things. But fundamentally, I think the way that he's taught me to play the game has shown me different angles that I wouldn't have otherwise seen to be a little more aggressive and play around lanes where like you really know you can win 2v2s or 3v3s. Also, I would say like I think he's a pretty good dude overall. I like him, and it does certainly help to get along with the coach because when he does criticize your play, like you don't feel like it's from a derogatory standpoint, constructive.
Absolutely. I always say you can't fake being a good guy. And it sounds
Right.
like that's the case with Jake Harcourt. Milkshake, do you have a question?
I have one final one that I might want to save to the end. So if you had any more, you can go ahead.
All right. So I'll set something up. We'll ask your final question and then we'll do the final we'll do the setup response, okay?
Okay.
So Hippo, we pick a jersey that you would go to the store and buy for the MVP that stood out to you from the series. You participated in the series, you can go out and buy your own jersey if you want, or you can hang that jersey on a teammate, a coach, an opponent, maybe a caster or a producer, up to you. Um, and that's your option. So we'll end with the jersey give out, the jersey choice. Milkshake, give us your
Mhm,
loaded question, baby.
mhm. I mean, I just want to know if anyone on your team has a Narva tattoo. That's a burning question on my mind.
I
Love it.
kept noticing this. I looked a little bit in the chat, and all I was saying is this one guy was saying, "I got a Naruto tattoo on my face, my bicep." I'm like, "What the, what the heck's going on here?" I don't know. It seems like Narva's got quite a few fans. We also had a couple of former players I saw in the chat, so maybe they're there to hype him up.
The most important thing when you play in these amateur leagues, dude, and when they're being produced out and casted, people care behind the scenes. Make sure the people you care about, even if it's just one, they tune in. Like everybody's name's getting heard, everybody's getting some love, and that's something that you can't find typically in solo queue. So when you see your teammate getting love about a Narva tattoo, dude, that is a sick teammate to have. When I hear you talking about the personality and the approach from a coach, from a leadership thing, like these are all wins, man. I'm happy you found the wins this evening. Huskers Black. So you guys make sure you find those flowers. Make sure you find those two or three things you really did well, and those one or one and a half things that you need to work on. There's always a world where you run into people with better hands. That happens to me every single time I play this stupid game. It just is what it is. Um, we need to say a couple things, and then we're gonna get out of here. How's that sound, guys?
Do you want to ask about the jersey though?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Go.
yeah,
Absolutely.
we want to hear
We
your
need to do
answer.
your jersey giveaway.
So, with respect to the Naruto tattoo, I would say that you want to get a tattoo that's not necessarily permanent. You want like a here's why because he has when it rains it pours and when it's dry it's a desert, man. So he popped off in that second game with the volley and he goes for aggressive plays which I really like and he sometimes he can absolutely carry games but don't make it permanent because every now and then he's gonna run it just like all of us do.
Hey,
As for the jersey though, I would say our support. He came on new this year, and we've only played a couple weeks. We've had a difference in ideas on how to play the game, but we've learned to play around it, and obviously it showed today. His brand game was humongous. That was just
Mhm.
huge for us. So
cool. And before we go, can you do two things for us? You got pulled onto the show. Surprise. Can you do two things for us? One, send send some love, something that the Huskers Black can build off of, something that you noticed was really good from them, and then do that for your team.
right. So for the Huskers, I know they had two subs today. I don't remember who it was exactly. Was it Jungle and I don't know who the other one was. But for them, I would say that they seem to be pretty in coordination with the plays they're trying to do. Like I think that the play mid at the end of the second game was not a bad idea actually to look for that with that Camille TP, and they're certainly willing to back each other up. What I would say though is that they really should do a better job of walking together. I think to get vision sometimes. They were getting picked off somewhat frequently, and I'm not sure who's responsible for the shot calling, but sometimes they will also try to make plays when they don't know where I am, or they don't have vision of me, or maybe their jungler is not on that side of the map. Like in the game one, their bot lane was playing pretty aggressive as you would with Karma and Ezreal. But if you don't know where I am, maybe you don't want to make those trades, especially when you have a virus with insane CC and the brand as well, with just wanting to follow up. It's pretty scary if you're playing that.
Love it. And we're gonna get out of here. Send your team the love, bro. You got to win in week 1. This is not your first time in a competitive scene. You know how important it is to start off from a 1-0 space to really be in a mindset that you guys are winners. Talk to your team. Here you go.
Well, I know that if you've been in the team, then you know it's been a rocky path to get here. Let's be honest, hasn't always been the brightest. We've had to run through a few supports for various reasons, but we got the first week win. And you see, when we're not, when we're talking, when we're communicating, things go well. So even if you're struggling in the start, you find ways to impact the game and keep on going. Also, I want to say that shout out to mid laner Squirrel. Thank you for walking to the right spot, start of the game. Usually AFKs and base are just he's an idiot, absolute buffoon. But he played fine today. He didn't do anything crazy.
Yeah,
Thank you guys for the casting too. Like you guys actually, I was really surprised by the quality of the commentating. Very impressive.
come back next week.
Thank
It's the
you.
same every week. But yeah, we noticed you guys have like a really amazing ability to collapse and play together, specifically from that jungle and mid role. So congrats to you guys. 1-0 on the season. And we're gonna get ready to get out of here. So risenstats.com, up to date information about teammates, opponents, people you played, people you know. Check out our website to get a Risen jersey, Risen hoodie, Risen merch, raven.gg/store/Risen Esports. Go follow the Risen Esports NA Twitter so you know exactly when Milkshake and I are casting next, because we want you here. I care about you. I told you that I like Twitch chat the most. My bad, Hippo. My bad, Milkshake. But I like the chat the most. That's why I pay the most attention to them. All right? I've been Charm Earth. That's my friend and yours, Milkshake. We absolutely, positively cannot do this without Chippy and the voice in my ear and Milkshake's ear. Alls, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week. This has been Risen Unstoppable. Have a great week.
Thank you.